Hi guys, thanks for joining me. I want to show you what I found at Hobby Lobby today, and that is a new product they have, and it's Cork Fabric. It's in a 15-inch by 18-inch roll, and it's hanging on the wall in my Hobby Lobby. It was hanging on the wall near where the scissors are. And so I got this kind of zebra patterned, and then I got this really dark navy blue pattern. This has the silver flecks in it, and the zebra pattern has some kind of gold flecks in it. Now I opened it up, and it is extremely thin. It's very, very thin, and the back of it feels like a piece of fabric. And if you saw a prior video, I had bought an entire yard of Cork Fabric at Hobby Lobby before, and the back of it was like fabric also. So to get it more to the texture of a cork that you would purchase at a leather place like Springfield Leather Company or something like that, I took the Cork Fabric and I put 2 coats of a DIY fabric stiffener that I made on it, and then it cut like a dream. So in this video, I'm going to compare cutting the new Cork Fabric without the stiffener and then cut it with the stiffener. So the first thing that I need to do is put some fabric stiffener on the back of part of this. The price on this Cork Fabric was $10.99, and then I used a 40% off coupon on one of the rolls, and my daughter used a 40% off coupon on the other. And so I got it for $6 and something for each roll, which, if this works well and if it cuts well, will be a great bargain. So I have it laid out here. I'm going to go ahead, shake up my fabric stiffener. This is just 1 part of school glue. I bought mine at the Dollar Tree store, and 1 part water. You shake it up really well and it's ready to go. So I'll just apply it liberally to the back of my fabric. If you wanted to, you could tape down the edges of your fabric so that it doesn't curl up like this. But what I have found is once it dries, you can put it under an easy press or an iron and it smooths it right down. So there's 1 coat. I'll also put a coat on a small piece of the zebra print. I'll let it dry just for 2 or 3 hours. I'll put a 2nd coat, and then I'll let it dry overnight. It needs to be extremely, extremely dry to get that really firm texture that you want. Now, just to give you an idea of the thickness of this fabric, I want to compare it to the thicknesses of other fabrics. Many of you have used some of the faux leather that you get at Hobby Lobby. And when I check the thickness of it on my digital calipers, it is 0.04 inches thick. So that's a nice thickness. This is a roll of Faux Suede that I got at Hobby Lobby, and it is super flimsy. I was really disappointed with this product when I bought it, and I opened it, and it's just flimsy fabric. It is 0.01 inch thick, so it's a 1/3 of the thickness of the faux leather that you get at Hobby Lobby. Now, some cork that I got at Springfield Leather Company is 0.03, so it's just a little bit thinner than the faux leather that you get at Hobby Lobby. And then this huge roll of Cork Fabric that I got at Hobby Lobby some time ago, which I really like, is 0.03 also. So the 2 corks that I have were both 0.03. This was 0.04, 0.01. So let's see the thickness of the new product. And the new product is 0.01. So if you compare it to the thinness and the flimsiness of this product, it's the same thinness. It's very thin. It's not as flimsy because it truly has a super thin layer of cork bonded on top of a piece of thin fabric. So I'll know more tomorrow after I'm able to cut the 2 pieces just how well it works. Now that they're really smooth, what I want to do is go ahead and keep my Teflon sheet on it, and then I'm going to put this board across them so that as they cool, weight stays on them. Notice that when they are heated up, they're still pretty flimsy, but as they cool down, the little bit of structure that you gained with the DIY fabric stiffener will return. Okay, let's go ahead and see how the fabric looks. Okay, that's great. It's flatter now. It has a little more structure than it did when we started. Okay, I have my Cricut ready to cut just 2 basic teardrops. I selected the faux leather paper thin setting, and I have the fine point blade in. So the top is the piece that has the DIY fabric stiffener on it, and the bottom is without. Let's start with what I think will work really nicely. And now let's check the bottom one without the fabric stiffener. And they cut beautifully without any fabric stiffener on there. So here's what I would say about this little experiment. The one with the DIY fabric stiffener, these are staying flat. There's a slight bit more of structure to them. The ones without the stiffener, these are just curling up. Now, the cut is nice. There is just a little bit of fabric frayed out there. You are not going to have that nearly as much on the ones that you put a DIY fabric stiffener on, but there's just a little bit of fraying there, and the cut's not quite as perfect there, but it is a really nice cut. I'm not going to complain about that at all. Now, what I would say though is, look how they curl up. They just don't stay in the shape that you want them. And so even though it causes quite a bit of time to be added to this project, I would definitely vote for adding the fabric stiffener to the back. So that's that set. Let's go ahead and cut the other set. Okay, we'll start down here on the ones without the fabric stiffener. Again, it's a super nice cut. No complaints there again. Once again, we have the curling effect on the ones without the stiffener, and then the ones with the stiffener stay just nice and flat. It's kind of hard to tell from your view. Let me pick this up. And you just see that it's curled up. I think this will give you a much better view. You can see that the 2 pair on the right, the blue one and the zebra print, are very curled up, and the 2 pair on the left that have the stiffener on them are very flat. I'll see what happens if I iron the 2 pair that don't have the stiffener on them. Okay, I have my little Easy Press Mini heated up. I just put it on medium. They're still totally curled up. Ooh, they curled up even more. As you heat them, they curl up even more. I guess they're contracting maybe with the heat. I don't know. I'm going to put them under this board for a little bit, see if that helps. Okay, the blue ones did the same thing. They really curl up a lot when you put heat on them. So let's put those under the board as well. Again, I'll leave it about 15 minutes and then we'll check it out. Okay, I got preoccupied for about 45 minutes. I have not looked at these, so let's see. what we get. Angle, but they are still curled just about exactly the way they were curled before I tried to heat them. Possibly if you would unroll your entire roll of the cork and put that under a book or something for a few days, maybe that would work. I don't know. But what I do know is if you have the time to make up your DIY fabric stiffener and put 2 coats on the back, iron them out flat, let them sit under a book or something heavy for 15-20 minutes. They cut like a dream and they stay very flat and they have some structure. They're not just falling loosely. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and cut a couple of pieces of leather so that I can put them behind those, because these are just super thin and really not much to them. I think they'd look great backed with some leather. I'll do that, put them together, and show you the earrings at the end. Here's the final earrings. They did turn out super cute. Now, as to whether I will purchase this again, I really don't think I will. But if you're interested, go check it out at Hobby Lobby. Purchase a roll, keep track of that receipt, take it out to your car, open it up and see what you think. If you like it, either keep it or go in and buy some more rolls. If you don't like it, just take it right back in and get your money back. Thanks for joining me. I'm Marilyn. Bye-bye.